If, following that, the situation remains unchanged, I shall move to education. Is that clear, counsels? You will not press the witness any further. My lord. Yes, my lord. A single statement and a single piece of evidence. Most generous. Well then, Mr. Naruto, it's high time I fell in a dead faint. No way. I leave this in your capable hands. This guy, can't he fall over normally? Mr. Sholmes! Well, look who made it just in time. Hey guys, welcome back, Sly here. And we're continuing onwards. Looks like, things are only just getting started. Thanks to Sholmes arriving to the party. Alright. My dear fellow, I apologize for my tardy arrival. No, you're just in time. Mr. Sholmes, are you alright now? Of course. This guy, I swear. Alright, I'm all wrong. Sorry. I've only just managed to summon the strength to stand, man. I asked the judge for 5 minutes. But I fear even that may prove too much for me. Pray forgive me should I pass out. Yo! Are you okay, man? Let's make this discussion as short as possible. Apparently, this place is full of idiots. None of them can see how wonderful your chemical blood analysis is. Ah, well, that concoction of mine was really just a bit of sport to assist me in my investigations. Really? I never took the trouble to refine it for appraisal by the scientific community. An oversight on my part. Dude. Right. Modesty? Surely not. But enough of that. I'm here to give you this, my dear fellow. Hey, that looks like something from Sasato left us that, didn't she? That looks Sasato coded. What's that? A lavender furoshiki wrapping? A leaving present from Miss Sasato, knew it. From Miss Sasato? If possible, matters were to be settled without me giving you this. Those were her instructions when she asked me to do her this favor. I don't understand. No. Miss Sasato foresaw today's events, I believe. No, the music, what the heck? She knew that the culprit would attempt to escape justice by means both devious and underhand. And that you, Mr. Naruto, fighting fairly as you are, won't do. Would find yourself in considerable peril. Sorry. At that very moment of crisis, you were to be given this small parcel. Those were the dear lady's instructions. A leaving present from Sasato-san. Whatever could it be? The heck is that? What is this? Oh! It's the machine I made. Ah! Oh, what the heck? How the heck is that? How's that gonna help? I'm confused how that's gonna help us. Look, I use this. It's my latest invention. What is that? I call it the Cat Flapomat. It can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. What's Susie up to? Mrs. Sato muttered the following words before she left. I'm a failure. I don't deserve to be a judicial assistant. No! What? Didn't she say something like that? You really are the best judicial assistant in the world. Well, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure. No, you haven't! What? Whatever did she mean by that, Mr. Sholmes? That night, when you left Windybanks in pursuit of the thieves, Miss Sasato made use of this contraption for a certain purpose. That is your answer, dear fellow. Not at all cryptic then. Sasato-san used this cat flapomat that night, but why? Why would she have done that? Why? Your 5 minutes is over. Would it hurt you to, like, not destroy the freaking chalice every time? We're out of time already? He's on the witness stand now. I'm grateful to you for affording us that brief recess, Mr. Reaper. I need no thanks, Detective. After all, the die is cast. Is it really? The jurors are unanimous in their leanings. No doubt my learned friend will consider a summation examination. But any attempt to alter the verdict now would be utterly futile. I wonder... Mr. Naruhodo! Yes! The rest is down to you, my dear fellow. What is your plan? The rest is down to me? I need to be careful here. If I make a wrong move, the trial will end badly. My lord, the defense requests... Oh crap. I don't know. Alright. I had to take a moment to think. I think I'm gonna go with further cross-examination, because why else would they have given me this option? I have saved, so obviously if all goes south, I'll reload. Let's just see. Further cross-examination.
Objection!
The jurors have spoken. Protocol dictates that you may not... Oh!
Objection!
Oh, wait. The defense is not asking for the cross-examination of a new witness. Rather to continue with one of an existing witness. What? It would appear that a rather important detail has escaped your attention, Mr. Reaper. Yeah, see? I knew it! Because they cut us off, we never finished it. I'm requesting your lordship's permission to interrupt cross-examination. Wait, did he do that on purpose? He did it on purpose, didn't he? Oh my goodness. I knew it. So nobody can say anything then. If Reno asks to resume his cross-examination of Mr. Graydon. The court is obliged to allow it. This is absurd. You would say that, wouldn't you? Oh, I love this so much. I would remind those present that this is my courtroom. I concur that the defense is entirely within its rights to request a continuation of the cross-examination. However, I will not permit any unremitting protraction of those proceedings. Therefore, I have decided to afford the defense one final opportunity in concluding the cross-examination. Counsel, you must choose but one statement from the witness's testimony, and but one piece of evidence to present in support of your argument against it. A single chance to present evidence? If, following that, the situation remains unchanged, I shall move to adjudication. Is that clear, counsels? You will not press the witness any further. My lord. Yes, my lord. A single statement and a single piece of evidence. Most generous. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's high time I fell in a dead faint. No way. I leave this in your capable hands. This guy, can't he fall over normally? Mr. Sholmes! Jeez. I guess he was pushing himself. Oh, man. To stand so insolently before the court in a state of such high fever. Either the man has extraordinary strength of mind or an extraordinary lack of feeling. I imagine he's feeling very little now. The detective is sleeping soundly in one of the antechambers. Strike a man when he's down, why don't you? Well then, Counsel, are you fully prepared? Yes. One statement. One piece of evidence. I won't let Mr. Sholmes down. Or Iris. Or Sasato. And I won't waste this final chance that Sasato-san has given me. This is going to decide the entire outcome of the trial. Oh my gosh. Very well then. Under the terms I have outlined, you may resume the cross-examination. Okay, so we should examine the new piece of evidence we got first. What is this music? Whoa. This is like really like makes you feel like it's the finale. I love this. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Let's examine. Ooh, those vicious teeth look like they could rip through almost anything. They're good, aren't they? They're made of a special alloy developed just for this job. The cutter rotates 10 times per second so it can get through any kind of door in no time at all. And what are the two parts at the top there? Ah, those are for attaching hinges to the section of the door that gets cut out. Right, of course. Nothing can match this machine for power. It can make mincemeat of even the toughest doors. It sounds so charming and friendly when you say what it's for, but it feels like the reality of the cat flappermat is that it's a grim weapon of door destruction. Wagahai is so adorable. There's nothing I wouldn't do for him, even developing deadly weapons. Stop. No. Let's see here. Okay, I think that's everything we're gonna get. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Still need entrance to the sub. When the bank threw Nash over the counter, I felt a sharp pain in my arm. Pursued the man, showed himself in the storeroom. Could see him through the peephole in the door though. Okay. I can't press. I can only present. Oh boy. Should I have done a summation examination? I don't know. Alright, hold on. Alright, hold on, wait. Wait. Okay. Why don't we just...
Objection!
I love that I tend to overthink these things. It's easy. What else were we supposed to do? After getting the evidence. What on earth is that eccentric contraption, Counsel? Oh, it's my cat flappermat, my lord. It makes a way for cats to get in and out of a room. It can cut through any door you can think of, and make a new little door in the middle of it. That's right, my lord. It's a device for creating so-called cat flaps. Small doors for cats to come and go as they please, without their owners having to open the main door. I'm sure we can all work that out for ourselves. Ah! That cat lover's contrivance has no possible relevance to this case. Well, sir. Or really? Of course it doesn't. To start with, there was no cat flap in the pawnbroker's door. Not being a keeper of cats myself, I'm afraid I fail to see what this has to do with the matter at hand. Perhaps it would help if I described its function another way, then. This contraption is able to create a peephole in any door you can imagine in practically no time at all. I beg your pardon? A peephole, you say? 2 nights ago, We arrived at the scene only minutes after the murder of Mr. Windybank had taken place. That's right. According to the paperwork at the yard, it was you, your Japanese assistant, and Cholmes. Yes, the three of us were together, and it's recently come to my attention that my assistant made use of this device at the time. Your assistant did what? There was a peephole in the storeroom door. I can attest to that. Because I looked through the peephole myself in order to see inside the locked storeroom. This is ludicrous. What are you trying to say? Of course there was a peephole in the door. I said as much in my testimony. How else could I have witnessed a crime, for pity's sake? Well, sir, that wasn't there until she made it. You little rotten lying snake! Yes, how could you? What? Counsel, kindly say what you mean. Alright, it's time. Time to strike the final blow. What I mean is this, my lord. My assistant made the peephole in the storeroom door, and until such time as she did, the door had no hole in it to look through. Wait, but hold on. Oh my gosh, yeah, look! How did I not see that before? Oh my gosh! What? No! How did I not realize that?
Objection!
That's crazy! This is a farce. Are you really suggesting that the peephole in the door was... Yes, it was created only after the incident had taken place, by my judicial assistant using this device. Your assistant tampered with the crime scene whilst being fully aware of the gravity of her actions. That is a most serious act of vandalism, for which I humbly apologize, my lord. It was in the few minutes that I left the scene in order to pursue the Skulkin brothers and alert the police. Nevertheless, in the light of this new information, it becomes apparent that Mr. Graydon's testimony is riddled with holes. We got him! Oh my gosh. Riddled with? Explain yourself, counsel. The majority of Mr. Graydon's testimony that appears to incriminate the defendant is based upon what he witnessed through the peephole in the storeroom door. Yes, that filthy girl shooting the man in the back. However, if at the time of the incident, that peephole did not yet exist in the door, there's no possible way that you could have seen what you claim to have seen. Grrr. In short, your entire testimony is a pack of lies. Ugh. We got him! Oh my gosh! This is crazy! Now I see Sasato's thinking, because she tampered with the crime scene. That explains why she says she's a failure and that she really didn't want him to use it unless he had to. Aw, Sasato. Order! Is there any credence in this revelation?
Objection!
Yes, there is. Let me present evidence. Let me do it. None whatsoever. As my learned friend must surely realize. Exactly! This is just some cheap trick designed to discredit me. I'm afraid not, sir. Of course it is. Do you seriously expect people to believe that plaything can cut through a solid wooden door? Oh yes, I designed it to be very powerful. It can cut through even the toughest of doors. That's absurd. I don't believe it for a second. Haha, I had a feeling you'd say that. What? Maggie, Gooey, time for dinner. She made a peephole in the courtroom door. Oh, Iris, she's a gem. Well? Young lady, this is the Old Bailey. One does not make cat flaps in the oak paneling at the Old Bailey. I'm not done yet, don't worry. This doesn't mean that the peephole in the storeroom door at Windybanks was made by your machine. And there's no way you can prove that it was. No, but it's easy. What? The cat flaps my cat flapomat creates are all fixed size, and the dimensions of the peephole at Windybanks are an exact match. Ugh. Oh, I love this so much. Go, Iris! Hehe. Old Silky's lost for words. Excellent work, Iris. Thank you. And now it's my learned student friend's turn to be lost for words, I feel. Oh, I believe your judicial assistant has already left the country for your Eastern Island home. Well, yes, that's true. Then you may have some difficulty in establishing all of the facts. For the sake of argument, let us assume the peephole has dimensions that are a perfect fit for this contraption. In that case, when was the peephole cut? The prosecution demands proof of your answer. Ugh! What is the purpose of your line of inquiry, Lord Van Zieks? It's very simple, my lord. The defense argues that the peephole was created after the incident using this device, but now that the perpetrator has returned to her native land, she cannot testify to the fact. There is no proof. We have proof! And for as long as the defense remains unable to prove when the peephole was made, my learned friend's claim amounts to nothing more than a baseless accusation. What? Indeed that is so, Lord Van Zieks. Well, counsel, don't give up now, Runo. This is the time to create your own opening and force your way through. I don't know if I can do this, but I do know one thing. Suzaru-san is the greatest judicial assistant in the world. She is! She is! Very well. The counsel for the defense will present evidence to support the claim made. Proof that the peephole in the door of Windybank's storeroom was created after the event and not before. Well, why don't you take a look at this?
Take that!
What are you? A print from that detective's infernal cameras again. My judicial assistant, Mrs. Sato Mikotoba, is an extremely intelligent and capable woman, which is why I never had any cause to doubt that she would have considered this scenario and made sure I had the necessary proof. And the necessary proof is this photographic print, counsel? This print shows a scene in the shop moments after the defendant entered the premises. Agreed. And it also shows the accused mercilessly wielded a gun in the direction of the defenseless broker. But more to the point, it pictures the storeroom door in the background. Let me see that print again. We got him! Oh my gosh, I am so happy. I don't believe it. This really is quite remarkable. The door to the storeroom is completely devoid of a peephole of any description. Ugh. Mr. Graydon! You couldn't possibly have witnessed a crime as you claim to have done, because at the time it happened, there was no peephole in the door. Ugh. In other words, your testimony is a catalogue of lies. We got him, we got him, we got him, we got him. Look at him spinning like a top. Did we finally get him? Please, please. Order, order, order. I am satisfied that the defense has substantiated its claim beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness's testimony is entirely fallacious. That's not the only thing we now know beyond all reasonable doubt. My learned friend's assistant's guilt can no longer be denied. The woman tampered with a crime scene. Okay, but like, can you shut up? That's not what's important right now. But more importantly... Good lord! There's more, Lord Van Zieks? The defense may have established a reprehensible instance of perjury. But that is no proof that this man is the victim's killer. Yes, that's right. What? I was there at the scene. It's true. And I was shot in the arm. It's true. But that's all. I hate you. I hate both of you. Yes, in fact, if you look at the circumstances, I am the victim here. Oh, please. No. I don't believe this. But they're right. As it stands now, I don't have any definitive proof that he is the culprit. Still, he can't worm his way out of it now. Iris? You know what they say. There's no point locking the cat's door after the cat has bolted. Isn't that right, Bruno? As Hurley always says, one lie begets another. No, wait. That might have been a line I wrote for him in one of my stories. Well, no matter who said it first, you're right. Mr. Graydon, not only did you give false testimony to the court, but the lies you told make no sense. Make no sense? What do you mean by such a remark? What you said in your testimony reveals that you know something you shouldn't have known. In other words, there is a fundamental inconsistency in your statements. What?
Objection!
This is provocative talk, counsel. Won't you enlighten the court? Explain this alleged inconsistency. Iris is right. One lie begets another. The inconsistency is revealed by the lies in the witnesses' statements. They show that Mr. Graydon had knowledge of something he shouldn't have known anything about, namely, the bloodstains on the coat. You little twerp! The bloodstains that were present on Miss Lestrade's coat. That's right, the victim's blood splattered all over her when she shot him. But how could you possibly have known that? Obviously, because I saw her do it through the people in the... The point is not that you lied in your testimony, Mr. Graydon. It's the nature of the lie you concocted that is so revealing. You're not making any sense. Then let me ask you a simple question. How is it, Mr. Graydon, that you knew of the existence of the peephole in the storeroom door? What? Well, obviously, Ugh. Has the cat got your tongue, witness? Oh, thank you, Judge. Sorry. The peephole in the door was made after the incident occurred. And once I returned to the shop, having failed to catch the two burglars, Scotland Yard's investigators arrived immediately. Since that time, the police have been at Windybanks constantly carrying out their investigation. Isn't that right, Inspector Gregson? Well, yes, of course. The place is chock full of pawned articles, and my lads have to thoroughly examine them all. So I gave the order to have officers working around the clock in shifts so we get through it all. And consequently, there's no way that you, Mr. Graydon, could have gained access to the shop. Oh. Therefore, you should have known nothing about the peephole in the storeroom door. So the fact that its existence forms the basis of your testimony is completely inexplicable. Sorry.
Objection!
And yet, the fact remains that Mr. Graydon did maintain that he witnessed the crime take place through the peephole in the door. How on earth is that possible? Oh, could I have a word, please, Lord Benzies? What the heck did you do, Gregson? Speak, Inspector. It's just that I really ought to be getting back to the station now to put in my report. There's really nothing more I can add to this testimony, so if that's all the same to you... Are you okay? Permission denied. Oh. It's not all the same to me, Inspector. Not at all. You will remain exactly where you are until this trial concludes. What is going on? Hello? Of course, sir. Mr. Graydon. Is Gregson okay? I'm kind of worried for him. He shouldn't have known about the existence of that peephole. Which can only mean that he must have been informed about it by somebody else.
Objection!
Ugh. Sorry. Stop there, my learned friend. You realize, I trust, that the words you just uttered have extremely serious implications. Yes. but the defense believes that the details about the case that Mr. Graydon claims to have seen must have been revealed to him by a certain person before his testimony. And, in fact, considering a particular clue we have, there's really only one person that could be. Who was the person in question, counsel? Who gave this witness details of the crime scene to facilitate his false testimony? Is it? He's acting so suspicious, it has to be. He is the only one that could have. Oh, Gregson, what did you do? Oh no. Oh boy.
Take that!
The truth is, it could only have been you, Inspector Gregson. Eh? Me?
Objection!
Wait, am I wrong? I think I might actually be wrong. You had better have some proof to substantiate such a rash claim, my learned friend. Consider the fact. Oh, okay, we're fine. That we've only been aware of Mr. Ashley Graydon's identity for the last few hours. We learned of it only during the course of the trial today. Indeed, preparations for his testimony were made with great urgency during our hour-long recess, while the police executed the subpoena and brought the man here from the communications station. And until that time, Mr. Graydon would have had no idea. No inkling that he would suddenly be required to appear in court. Are you suggesting that until such time as he was summoned? Yes, my lord. Until then, it's reasonable to assume he knew nothing of the people. It was only once Mr. Graydon was in the stand that he realized his position, that he would have to defend himself against the accusation that he was the third intruder. You are suggesting to the court that it was while this trial was in progress that he received the information, so that he could commit perjury in order to save his skin? Exactly. And the only person with knowledge of the investigation that he had any contact with is you, Inspector Gregson. This is a blooming outrage. Why would I be giving away details of our investigations to this fella, eh? Look at him go. I was summoned to his lordship's chambers during the recess in any case. Had you forgotten that? Quite true. I had a number of questions regarding the events that transpired at the pawnbrokery. Which means the first time these two laid eyes on one another was after proceedings resumed following the recess. Since then, they've been in full view in the stand, where such illicit discussions couldn't possibly have occurred. There was that time they were whispering to each other. Ah! No, you got this, Runo. You've got this, Runo, you know. Oh, I've just remembered something, Runo. What is it, Iris? There was one time before, wasn't there? I think it was when Ginny was testifying. Oh yes, now that you mention it. When the bailiff was dispatched to retrieve Mr. McGilded's music box from the scene of the crime. That's it! It was during that testimony. Yep. I remember finding it strange at the time. Mr. Graydon and the inspector seemed to be having some kind of secret discussion. It would have been possible for you to give Mr. Graydon the information he needed then. You little toad-rag! You're making all this up! I'm a respectable Scotland Yard inspector, for crying out loud. Why would I do something like that? Why would I be giving away confidential details to the likes of this bloke? Admittedly, you wouldn't have had any reason to do something like that for no gain. But perhaps it was part of a deal of some kind. Then it starts to make more sense. What deal, counsel? I wonder if perhaps, in exchange for details about the people at the crime scene, Mr. Graydon agreed to give a certain something to the inspector. Oh. I'm sure I need not remind the inspector that, if found to be true, striking a deal of any kind with a witness would be considered a great case of malfeasance. Well, I...
Objection!
It's becoming clear that jumping in with accusations is this Nipponese student's specialty. I don't do that! But with the stakes so high, the prosecution is not prepared to listen to baseless charges. It is incumbent to the defense now to present evidence in support of this diabolical claim. Evidence? Just what are you proposing that the inspector demanded of this witness in return? The court must see proof of this alleged deal. If Inspector Gregson really did strike a deal with Mr. Graydon, then logically, there's only one thing he could have asked for. That must be it. I know. Do you think it could be... Yes. It's the missing link that would join all the dots together in this puzzle. I must press you for an answer now, counsel. What evidence explains the nature of this alleged deal that Inspector Gregson made with the witness? Is it... the other disc? Has to be it, right? Because we know he's chasing this. Alright. I hate that I only have one penalty thing. Hold on, I'm gonna save. Should I try this?
Take that!
Yes! Inspector Gregson. Besides this murder, is it not true that you've been working on another very important case? What? Are you getting that now, sunshine? Is it possible that this other top-secret case is what's alluded to in this newspaper article here? Classified secrets being leaked overseas from the Ministry of Justice. How the bloody Nora could you... It's in the paper, we just said. We discovered, during the course of this trial, the music box deposited at Windybanks by Magnus McGilded. A special music box designed to play 2 discs at once. It would seem very likely now that encoded on the pair of discs that were in McGilded's possession are the leaked classified secrets. This poor guy. So I put it to you, Inspector, that in order to recover the second of the discs containing those secrets, you covertly made a deal with Mr. Graydon in which you exchanged the disc for details of the case. Yes, the pursuit theme. you little... Ah! Order. On the day of the incident, when we met you at Windybanks, you said this. I'll be taking whatever it comes down to you. You might hand it over. Don't give it to him. It is mine. Yeah. We saw this already. Anything belonging to McGilda has to be taken as evidence now. Okay. Scotland Yard already knew at the time, isn't that right? That Magnus McGilded was involved in the stealing of government secrets. My orders were, recover the medium used to convey the secrets leaked from the ministry, and do it on the QT. Strictly hush-hush. And that explains why, when I presented this disc as evidence to the court, you objected so heavily, I presume. Because you knew that it contained highly confidential information. Blimey, not likely. I mean, I wasn't that sure of it myself. I realized there was a possibility, that's all. Inspector, surely you're not saying that in order to acquire the second of these music box discs, you did indeed reveal confidential details of the crime scene to the witness? To aid and abet this man in giving false testimony? There's no other way that Mr. Graydon could have known of the existence of the peephole. It's the only explanation. A deal was struck between these 2 men. Dang. Got him times 2. Why is he objecting when their reaction clearly shows the truth? If, and if I stress if, this sobering assertion turns out to be founded in truth, it would mean that the second disc is, as we speak, here in this very courtroom. Wait, what? In this room? How could you possibly make a claim like that? Because Inspector Gregson is a Scotland Yard detective. What? What's that supposed to mean, eh? As a seasoned policeman, the inspector will have approached this alleged deal with caution. Certainly, he would not have accepted a gentleman's agreement in this matter. No, he would have insisted on having the article agreed upon in the palm of his hand. Good gracious, then you mean to say Inspector Gregson already has the item in question in his possession? Oh my god, what is going on? He has the second disc actually on his person?
Yes!
Yes, yay, it's back! The defense demands that the inspector is searched at once. Definitely. They could only have struck a deal with each other when Ginny was testifying before. And Grexy hasn't moved from the witness stand since. My lord, please. Order examination of his personal effects immediately. Well, Inspector? I mean, he's not going to object, is he? Doesn't seem like the type. This young man wants to tone down his imagination. He's insulted me and my professional quite enough. Oh. However, if it'll put this matter to bed and dispel any doubts about my involvement, then I'll happily submit to a body search. What? He's going to agree to it? I presume you're aware of the precipice on which you now teeter, my learned student friend. You've made a most serious allegation against Scotland Yard here. If, following the search of the inspector's personal effects, no disc is found, you will be deemed unfit for court service. This trial will end, and my country's government will formally demand of yours that you are severely reprimanded. Oh my gosh. That sounds serious, no duh! Indeed, to have a visiting student make such defamatory remarks about our country's most senior police force is not something Her Majesty's government will be able to overlook. You're just threatening Runon because you're scared. The accusation is beyond serious, and you must be prepared for grave consequences. It's true. I can't imagine Gregson would have accepted a gentleman's agreement for something so critical. The disc must have physically changed hands, which means the inspector should have it. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. But somehow, something doesn't feel quite right here. Yeah, I know. I don't think he has it. Or he put it somewhere. But where could he... Very well, counsel. You know the implications, so let me ask you one final time. Yes, my lord. Do you still persist in formally requesting a search of the inspector's personal effects? Search someone else. Wait. Oh, I don't know. We know that it changed hands. That was made clear. But would Gregson risk himself like that? But who else could have it? Was Gregson in contact with anybody else? I'm trying to remember. When Ginny testified, they were chatting. The brothers weren't on the stand, right? They had left. Oh my gosh. Hold on, I need to think. Okay. I really think it should be search someone else. Yes, the defense formally demands a search to be conducted. Oh. Don't say you weren't warned, but your typical Nippany stubbornness may well land you in hot water this time. Perhaps the lesson will do you some good. Fair enough. I've got nothing to hide. Very well then. Bailiff, conduct a search of the inspector's personal effects. Yes, thank you. The defense demands a search, but not of Inspector Gregson. What? Now what's all this? I'm the one you're accusing, not I? I thought you wanted to search me. No, Inspector, not you. Somebody else. What's the meaning of this, eh? Lost it at last, have you, sunshine? Of course you're not to put up with this nonsense. You're being completely irrational. Be quiet, all of you. Boo. Iris! Bruno's doing what you all told him to do and having the courage of his convictions. So you should respect that and listen to what he has to say in good faith. Because that's the British way. Well said, young lady. Indeed, this court is in awe of the Defense Counsel's conviction and eagerly awaits his next words. You what? Now don't be hasty, my lord. If I'm not mistaken about the things I've seen in court today, I'm fairly sure that I know who has that disc at the moment. There's only one person it can be. Counsel, of whom do you request a search now? Hold on, I need to save. Okay. I saved, and I'm gonna guess. Because it says... it changed hands. That's what's... Alright, well... I know that something should be clicking for me and it's not, so I'm just gonna try Gina. Not to put her under the bus, but I don't think she was aware of it. That's my thinking.
Take that!
No, okay. Hold on. No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't her. That's why I was hesitating. But can it be the brothers? Because it's not. It's not him. It left his hand. You know, I'm just gonna keep guessing. I knew it! I knew it was Nash! I knew it! Yes! That was my second guess, because I knew it wasn't Gina. It had to be one of the Skulkin brothers. Of, my lord, Mr. Nash Skulkin. Well, I never. Eh, blimey. Me? Him? Because of the way they were talking when they did the testimony after Gina's and everything, and their connection. Very well then, bailiff. Restrain the witness and conduct a thorough search of his personal effects.
Hold it!
Please, my lord. Inspector? Scotland Yard, has to object to this search.
Objection!
Why do you object, huh? Unfortunately for you, Inspector, your objections carry no weight here. Eh? In this courtroom, only the prosecution and the defense have the authority to object. Oh, this poor guy, though. But Lord Van Zeeks, I have no idea what forces are in play that might influence your actions. But personally, I have no intention of obstructing the course of this trial. Ag. Bailiff, carry out the search. Now, hold on a mo. I don't know nothing. Nothing about no disc. Cut it out! Ah! Here, my lord. In the witness's pocket. I found this. Good lord, that's another music box disc. I don't know nothing about it. Nothing. Oh, dang. That is the second music box disc left behind by Magnus McGilded. Is it not, Inspector Gregson? Oh, come on. Is it not, Inspector Gregson? Come on. Order, Mr. Skulkin. What have you to say for yourself? Gordon Bennett, just Gordon Fleming Bennett. I swear they know nothing about that disc, honest to God. Counsel, would you please explain what exactly is going on here? The alleged deal that was struck was between this witness and this detective, no? Without question, my lord. And for pity's sake, why on earth was this man in possession of the disc that the inspector traded for information? Inspector Gregson is a shrewd, calculating man who rarely loses his composure. But at one particular point in this trial, he exhibited some unusual behavior for a brief moment. I don't recall. What unusual behavior? Yeah. It was, yes, during my cross-examination of Mr. Graydon. Oh my god, when you left Pomrokri that night, was it by any chance with the second disc in your jacket pocket? I admit to nothing of the sort. Oh my gosh! That's why! It all makes sense now. I completely forgot about this. While Mr. Graydon answered my questions, the inspector appeared to have grabbed Nash Skulkin by his coat and was shaking him violently. Yeah, he didn't know. Thought me noggin was gonna fall clean off, he did. I was wishing. I've been born as me brother, I swear I was. And what exactly happened to make the detective attack you like that? I ain't got a clue. He just suddenly turned and grabbed me while this whistle like that and started shaking me. Why the blazes did you mention the third gun when we got you down? Didn't you mention the third gun when we got you down to the station? That's what he said. He held it right down my ear hole. He did. My head's still throbbing now. The way the detective behaved then was extremely out of character. But looking back now, it must have been then that he did it. That was the opportunity Inspector Gregson created for himself in order to hide the disc. Oh my gosh. Well, bless my wig. He hid it? You. But I'm afraid I failed to comprehend the motive here. If the detective had acquired the disc he was after, why on earth would he then proceed to hide it in another man's pocket? This is a court of law. He could have submitted the item as evidence. It would appear, my lord, that the inspector was not at liberty to do that. Why ever not? As the man himself revealed earlier, his current assignment has some special conditions. This is crazy. This is nuts. My orders were, cover the medium used to convey the secrets leaked from the ministry, and do it on the QT. Strictly hush-hush. Hush-hush? A top-secret assignment, is it? As far as we're aware, the information stolen comes from confidential government communications. It would seem that if the information were to be revealed in court as evidence, it would be problematic. Does that sum up the situation, Inspector? Dang. I'm operating under direct orders from the ministry. I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to answer that question. So, realizing there was a chance that you may be searched here in court, you took steps to hide the disc you had acquired from the witness. Ah, does this mean... He only pretended to attack Mr. Skulkin in order to get close enough to him to slip the second disc into his pocket. So it was all a pretense? Oh my gosh, what in the world? Oh my gosh. Well now, Inspector Gregson. And you, Mr. Graydon? Are you prepared to admit to the accusation made against you of this alleged deal? Oh my gosh. Admit to it. Yours truly, please. Mr. Graydon. Clearly our Eastern visitor has an uncommonly active imagination. I hate you. However, there's no proof that I passed the disc to the inspector.
Objection!
But then, how do you explain the reason why you knew about the peephole? I'm under no obligation to explain. What? Yes, I lied in my testimony. That I admit, so sentence me accordingly. But that is all I admit. I hate you. I hate you! Murder, leaking government secrets, striking a deal with the detective. All of it is a young Eastern man's fancy. I have no idea what any of that is about. Oh my gosh. You what? This is nuts. This is crazy. Well, What about you then, Inspector Gregson? Do you admit to making a deal with Mr. Graydon in order to acquire the disc? He's not going to, is he? Gregson, please, please. Ladies and gents of the jury, as a Scotland Yard inspector, I would declare this and nothing more. I am acting in the best interests of the country. Whatever I have done, it's been in the name of justice. So, as members of the public of this fine country, I'd like to think that justice will be your guiding light when you're making your decisions. Oh my gosh. This is quite a quandary indeed. Rarely have I encountered such extraordinary tumultuousness in the concluding of a trial. Nevertheless, in the absence of any further evidence to be presented, I believe it is time that we put the matter to the jury for their final leanings. Well now, as a fellow servant of Queen and Country, I must say I sympathize with the old inspector. Yes, he's a dependable man, I'm quite sure. In service, one becomes a good judge of character. Even crossing your eyes doesn't help when it comes to looking at this case. It's all blurred to me. Well, as a fellow professional, I'd like to put my faith in the detective, really. Graydon is highly skilled operator. Stop. Currently in presence of idol. Stop. Oh my gosh. Detective has very much trust in eyes. More than this I cannot say. I don't believe it. The 6 jurors are... They're going to believe Gregson. If they declare their decision now... Is Ginny going to be found guilty? If I don't manage to produce some definitive evidence right now, then we're going to lose. Oh... Dang it. I want to push forward, but we're gonna have to continue on next time. This can't be the end. It won't be the end. We'll get him. Alright everyone, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one when we finally nail Graydon. See you later.